13. Lucky 13. We can't start with 13 for this. We'll have to wait for who's superstitious. Anyone superstitious? Hands up. Slightly. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I don't call myself superstitious, but you know, and this is a bit of a subtle plug here, but my YouTube channel has the last, you know, on Monday had 666,000 views. I thought, let's hope that flies by. That flies by quickly, you know. Too many 666s about, but we're not superstitious.
You're a beast.
Touch wood. Right. Will we kick off? How many have we got? 13 still. Do we wait for one more? Where's our IT person? I'm telling you, can't get the staff these days, can you? Barbara.
And you know what? Yeah, honestly.
Considering, I think there was discussions that she says, I'll help admin. And I'll do co-host. There she is. I'll speak off my, I'll say no more than speak off the number of views I got on YouTube. Speak of the devil.
Morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm late.
Where's your note? Right, we are recording already, so I'm going to kick off. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this month's episode. What do we call this? Is this an episode? Are we having an episode right now? These are the jokes, guys. You may laugh now because as good as it gets.
Trying to find the energy. I'm sorry.
Anyway, back on script, says he, like there was a script. Welcome to this month's ABC Business Network, where we meet other business people in the local area and beyond, get to know them so we can help their business. Hopefully they can help our business when we tell them about us as well. So this is being recorded and it's going to go on YouTube. I'm going to actually, will I share the screen? So as you can see there, we are on YouTube. So we've got both interviews from members. You know, hint, it's a good idea to sign up as become a member of the group. You get an interview, which is a longer introduction to individual members. We've got 3 up there already. If we see this as a leaderboard, then good old Robbie.
No.
With all of 46 views.
Guinea pig.
He's in the lead.
Would be himself.
And Jason's not on the call today, and he's behind, and he's not even the last, which is usually should be the lesser views. And we've got some nice views on the network events, so you will get to be up on YouTube for life if you give you a nice introduction. So keep smiling. So even when you're not talking, you have to keep smiling because people can see it all the way through now and can go back all the way along. What's nice is I've put in the work, we've put in the work. So along the timeline, if you notice, if you put your cursor over it, you can see individual people. So it's nice to break down. If you just know you want to talk to an architect, you want to see Paul McAllister, go straight to Paul McAllister at 39 minutes in. This is because of these little time codes. I don't know if you're aware of this with YouTube, the little time codes. Yes, so make sure your background's pretty as well. So anyway, YouTube, we're on YouTube. Fire on your details in the comments section so we can line it all up during your talk. Somebody remind me if you're not on speaker view when you start doing your pitches, remind me to put you on speaker view. What else? Where's my script? What else? So we've got the usual format of the meetings when we met in person was we would have a member speaker and a guest speaker every month. We moved to Zoom back in, I think it was March. And just to see how the Zoom format would go, we kept it safe with member speakers. We're now this week having a guest speaker, or this month having a guest speaker, Micheal Scott. Where's Michael? Can I see him?
Hello.
He's waving there. Thank you, Michael, so everybody can see you. So he's our special guest for the day, and he's going to be talking to us all about headlines. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be 10-ish, 15 minutes, whatever, speaker slot on that. First of all, we're going to, let's see, we're going to kick off with a 1-minute talk from each of yourselves, a 1 minute elevator pitch to find out about your business, what we can do for you, how we can help. Then we'll go on to Michael's talk. And if we have time at the end, after all that, we'll go out into breakout rooms. And what that does is split everybody into one-to-one meetings with a totally random person. You know, is that an insult to say you're all random people? But you know what I mean? So you can find out about each other on a more personal basis and see how you can help each other. There's benefits to being a member. As I say, you get on the YouTube chat. Well, everybody's going to go on the YouTube channel, but we also have a WhatsApp group. We have your slot on our website, so you get backlinks to your website, things like that there, and it just helps the community. In the last couple of meetings, we were talking about identifying a charity. So we've identified the charity. We put out a poll. Thanks very much to Esther for organising, collating, keeping the numbers and doing the final totals. We had an independent, nice, random system. I have to tell you about this. I have to tell you if I can find it. So what we did, to be totally random, is we said we will roll a dice. We had how many? 4? We had 4. We had 4, top names, equal the same. And I said, we'll roll a dice. And Esther says, well, what happens if it comes a 5 or 6? I said, well, we'll keep rolling until we get a 1, 2, 3, or 4. So I managed to find a dice in my drawer here. And I said, well, we'll roll the dice. What I didn't, and we kept rolling it, I kept coming up with 5. God, we're going to be here all day, until I realized I have a trick dice, which is 5 on all sides. So that was a bit of a, that was a bit of a, my phone is ringing away here. That was a bit of fun. So bottom line is we randomly picked the Lough Neagh Search and Rescue from the top ones that were voted. We had 4, like I say, 4 equal tops. So we rolled the dice, made it fair, and we got Lough Neagh Search and Rescue. So we're going to donate £250, thanks to the savings we've had by going online and not buying a few breakfasts and renting rooms and stuff. We've managed to have some extra money in the kitty, so we wanted to just support a local charity. So we're hoping to get in the next, hopefully by the next event, we'll have something arranged to have them come along and give us a little talk and thank us and tell us a bit more about the charity. Okay, let's move on. Apologies. Okay, we've got David McKeown from Fire Safety Solutions. He can't make it today. We've got Gary McDonald from Helios IT. We've got Mark Fagan from Fagan Estate Agents and Mika Drill from Essential Wellbeing. They've handed in their apologies. So again, if you can't make it in any one month, but you do, you are a member, you can put a little apology in the WhatsApp group and we'll give you a little shout out as we just have. Also, sorry, Roz Bloomfield on behalf of Johnny Bloomfield isn't with us this week either, from Sport to Perform. So those are the little apologies. So do get your apologies in if you can't get the meeting and you are in the WhatsApp group if you are a member. So let's kick off. I'm going to go around the room. Where's me? How do I do? I'm trying to remember how to do spotlight. I'm going to spotlight. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Get ready. Alan.
Cheers, pal. Hi, everybody. Alan Forbes from Hygiene Zone. Pest control is our business, and we're bang slap in the middle of the wasp season. So let me share the screen. I'll give you a couple of photos of weird and wonderful nests that we've tackled. In May, when I talked about the wildlife in lockdown, this is actually, there's a couple of things here that really have popped up. So wait, let's see if you can see this. Hopefully, now what's happened there? Allow Zoom to share your, maybe I shouldn't. It worked earlier, didn't it? I don't know. Right. No.
We mean defeated by. I blame Barbara.
It must be. Very briefly, we've had wasps' nests in a vehicle's air intake where they during lockdown the vehicle hadn't been used, and the client went to use it afterwards, and there were the wasps coming out of the air vents. A huge nest about the size of a football was attached to curtains on the wall in a room, and the last time the room was used, it was a student's room, and they left the window open as they left on the 23rd of March, and a week ago the wasp's nest was the size of a football. So we're right bang slap in the middle of wasp season, so we can give you good advice if you do have problems. Be careful when you're cutting the hedges, and in the garden they're kind of active at the minute. All the best. Thank you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks very much for that, Alan. I'll just move around my screen. So we'll have Steve. Let's see, put you on spotlight. Steve, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your business.
Hi there. My name's Steve Brownless. I'm a co-owner with my wife Joyce of Blackwell House. We are a 5-star luxury guest house in Scarva, in between Guildford and Scarva, the town of Scarva. We've been open for 6 years now, and have been obviously on lockdown for the last number of months, but we reopened again a couple of weeks ago. Business is, I have to say, extremely good for us, so we are doing pretty well at the moment. I have to excuse, Joyce would have joined as well, but we do have a number of rooms let this evening, so she's busy doing breakfasts, and has asked me also to say that she sends her apologies, having wanted to attend a number of these meetings in the past, but obviously running a guest house, we have guests to consider for the mornings. So we run, as I say, we run the guest house. We won the Georgina Campbell Award for the best guest house of Ireland last year. We also hold the award for the best breakfast in Ireland, along with many other awards which we've won over the last number of years. We expanded last year, so we went from 3 rooms to 6 rooms. Each room is individually designed by Joyce. We also have some beautiful gardens, which our guests can enjoy. Hot tub in the garden. We do afternoon teas. We recently did, during lockdown, we couldn't obviously have guests come to us for afternoon tea. So we did luxury delivered afternoon teas, which started slowly with 1 or 2, and we ended up doing about 450 in the space of 3.5 weeks. So it kept us pretty busy. What else can I tell you? Please come and see us, I guess is what I'd say. Drop in for a coffee, or if there's anybody who would like to link up, then obviously we're happy to do that.
You know, I had a thought, and then before I could say it out loud, Esther said it, and Barbara said she was thinking the same thing. Esther said, Steve, can we book in for the breakfast only? Do we have to be residents?
Well, as the breakfast becomes part of the room hire, then the breakfast would actually work out quite expensive for you. But no, not breakfast.
But it does sound like it was worth it, and great to see that you're keeping busy.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Lost the sound.
Oh, I couldn't. Margaret, you're. I managed to put you on mute there.
Morning.
Morning.
Tell us about your business.
Well, my business is a big business. I work at the Southern Regional College, and I specialise in organising training for people who approach us, or we approach businesses. And a lot of that training is fully funded training. It used to be just 75% funded, but now DFE has come in, that's Department for the Economy, has come in because of COVID, and a lot of that training is now 100% funded. Let me see, our areas range from digital skills, laboratory techniques. Digital skills would include lots of Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, leadership and management. We're doing really anything and everything. And we would that would be for companies under 250 employees, and then we would organise bespoke training for larger companies. Some of our clients would include, let me see, the ABC district, Moy Park, Newry would be Norbrook. We would go as far as Moy Park, Dungannon. So all sorts, all different kinds of training.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
And I'm trying. Yeah, we have a brochure there at the minute. And I know my colleague Andrea is online as well, that I work very closely with. And I know Andrea has put a link up for the brochure too, but I don't want to steal his thunder, Andrea. But if anybody is interested in any of it, they can contact myself or Andrea.
Brilliant. Excellent. Sounds good.
And we're about to open, just to let you know, state-of-the-art, super snazzy campuses in Armagh. Oh, I don't know what happened there.
Oh. Where'd you go?
You cannot start the video. Oh, your host has stopped it.
Oh, I now tried to spotlight you again. I don't know where you've disappeared to. Apologies for that. I'm not too sure how I'm gonna. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, apologies.
Well, I'll tell you without you looking at me, it's probably better for you. So, the Banbridge campus.
Can you put your? Yeah, there you go. Is that you back?
Start video. You cannot start the video because your host has stopped it.
More. Cancel spotlight. My apologies. Very bad. Very bad. Chat away while I try and figure out.
No bother. I'll just let you know.
There you
the
go.
host has asked you to start your video again.
There you go.
Yeah, start my video
My
again.
apologies.
Okay.
I'd taken you off spotlight, and then I thought I better put you back on spotlight.
Yeah.
Have I done it again?
Can't get the staff these days.
Not to worry. Our Armagh campus and Banbridge campus are complete new builds, and the keys have been handed over. Our IT departments are super duper busy at this stage of the game. And it's kind of sad because they're going around measuring obviously how many people they can fit in rooms. There's salons, there's hair and beauty salons, state-of-the-art salons that would have been taking maybe 16 students and 16 models, but you're obviously restricted to numbers. The Banbridge campus is specialising in, I suppose, creative media. There's motion capture studios there. There's a cinema space there. There's some of our courses obviously are happening in these two campuses, so it would be a good chance to get a nosy down at the state-of-the-art campuses as well. So if you're going, enjoy.
That sounds like a nice invite and a good opportunity to check it out. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right, I will try not to stop anyone else's video. I'll spotlight Nicole.
Hi everyone, Nicole Robinson. My business is Robinson Financial Services. At the minute, my core service offering is to help individuals and business owners to assess their current financial position and just make sure that they're fully financially protected through insurance policies such as your life insurance, critical illness cover, income protection, which is one that I feel that every self-employed individual should have as standard. And I also have been finding actually lately a lot of employees don't realise what sick pay they have in their contracts. Some think they have it and it's actually statutory sick pay. So it's just about reviewing those finer details and just making sure that they're fully protected. During lockdown, I've actually been using the extra time wisely, and I have been studying for my CMAP exam. So in the next hopefully 4 to 6 weeks, I'll also be moving quite heavily into the mortgage section. I would have worked with mortgage brokers at the moment, but I'll be doing the advice then myself, which is quite exciting. So yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. So that's Robinson Financial Services, Nicole Robinson. Thanks, Turan.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And again, I'll say, should have said this at the top of the hour, to look at everybody's name, try and find them on LinkedIn, connect with them on LinkedIn. Again, that's going to help our LinkedIn profiles, but especially because it just when I'm talking to Nicole, or Nicole talking there, she has some really good financial tips and advice. So do connect with her and everyone on the call, and you know, find out what they have to say. Next for the spotlight, I'm going to go nice and slowly here, make sure I don't cut out anyone else. Apologies there. Barbara, you're on the spotlight.
Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing? Unmute myself. Yes.
You're unmuted. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, grand. Good job. How's everybody doing this morning? My name is Barbara Edwards. I'm an executive and menopause coach. And my new website went live last night. Just I dropped in there. So that's becoached.ie. I'm actually based in Donegal, but distance was never a bother anyway for traveling, and it's even better now because everything is online, so don't need to worry about travel. But I work with women who would be in that executive space who are coping with menopause and everything that entails. Sometimes it's kind of, there's not really an awful lot that I can say about it as such, because menopause is what it is, you know, and it affects every woman differently. So I use my coaching then to work specifically with those women. So lads, there's nothing I can do for you unless it's a case that you want to talk to me to see how can I support her, you know, your partner, or and work from that angle. But specifically I work with executive women going through menopause, and you can find me at becoached.ie. And Turan heard last night what I did, because I had my first mini summit supported by Esther there from IPA Group, who is my tech in the background. And it's summit.wellexpo.ie, and it's actually still live. It's live until Sunday, I think. And you can log into summit.wellexpo.ie. You can hear a little bit more about what I do and catch up while it's live online. I think that's it, Turan.
Good stuff. That's great. That's great. And it's great to see, you know, menopause is one of those funny words that people sort of never really understand. So to have people, someone giving the courses on that there is great stuff. Right, next onto the spotlight. I'm going to pause for dramatic effect to see who's going to pop up. Let's have Aaron.
Good morning, and thank you for inviting me along.
You're welcome.
I suppose as some background for everyone, Turan kindly invited me along. We're a Leicester-based business, so we're over in England. We're still in lockdown, which is lovely for childcare. I reached out to Turan, might have been last week or the week before. How do I explain this? As a company, we provide cybersecurity services to small to medium-sized businesses. Pre-pandemic, that was through insurance companies. So I'll show you what that looked like. It looked like a very large Toblerone. The problem is, in a pandemic world, unfortunately, physical, tangible goods have less bearing. And with those Toblerones, an interesting fact is we did used to be the biggest buyer of miniature Toblerones within the East Midlands region, which was lovely. Unfortunately, that didn't fit with the pandemic, so we drastically changed our commercial model about 3 months ago. So what we do now is we've adopted an advertising-based business model, and we've made our online cybersecurity offering free of charge, completely free of charge. There's no catch, and we help businesses implement the government's Cyber Essentials scheme. Cyber Essentials is considered the minimum benchmark, was designed to be the minimum benchmark of cyber assurance in a business, and originally released by the government in the late 2014. Consists of two things. There's technical controls and requirements, and there's an application form if you want to get an official certificate, which you can use for either assurance within your business or as evidence to your customers that you are taking this issue seriously. A major problem that we have at the moment is with most businesses adopting some form of remote working, we're all at increased risk. It makes us much more exposed to cyber attacks. The problem is, certainly we all saw that there was only a recession just 10 years ago. In times of economic strife, unfortunately, cyber attacks go up. One of my favorite parts of the industry is just actually how easy cyber attacks are to undertake. I know we're being recorded for YouTube at the moment, but actually you can go onto YouTube and learn a whole host of skills for undertaking cyber attacks against businesses. And it's becoming a very interesting sideline revenue for many people, especially where they are in dire economic need, dire financial need themselves. So we can expect this problem to get worse. One of the ways that defending yourself is to implement better technical controls, and that is what our software does. It takes you through a process to improve governance and technical controls within your organization, and it's designed to be non-technical. So something I will mention here is that our service is tested against my 70-year-old dad. He used to have a residential care home business a few years ago. He can just about use an iPad, and if he can use our platform to have improved the security within his own business from a governance and technical control perspective, we know we've got the right audience. So that's what we do, and I'm here this morning just to introduce that to you. As I say, it's free. There's no catch. You can improve your security. The more users we get, the better chance we have, honestly, as survival as a business, because that helps me attract advertisers. So if you're looking to improve your security and help someone out indirectly, I would be grateful for you to sign up. Thank you very much.
Good stuff. Thanks very much, Aaron. And I just realized Stephen said he has to head off early. So I will, again, delicately spotlight Stephen. Have you got time? You're on mute. Still on mute? There you go.
Morning, folks.
Morning, Stephen.
How's everybody? Sorry, I was slightly late this morning. I had a couple of things to sort out with work before I could join in. So, Stephen McGarry is my name. Live in Banbridge, cover most of Northern Ireland. I bought a franchise about 8 years ago now. We specialise in private health insurance and medical insurance for individuals, families, and obviously the business arena as well. We also do simplistic cash plans to provide an employee assistance program, remote GP services, dental, optical, things like that as well. So yes, current market, it's one of those with a pandemic, nobody knows what's going to happen moving forward as well. But WPA have been very, very good. They have allowed businesses to restructure their cover mid-term, and they brought in a remote GP service, and things are starting to open up. We've just been informed that the Ulster Independent Clinic, for example, is now starting to do some private work again, which is good to try and get things moving, because unless it's an absolute emergency, it was just put on hold over the last 3 months. But to say, I'm here if anybody needs a chat or wants to look at anything, certainly give us a call. Thank you.
Good stuff. Thanks for that, Stephen. And good to see that things are moving along there as well. Next, who will have dramatic pause once again as I go to spotlight? Robbie.
Thanks. Am I on mute or can you hear me? Yeah.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Good. Well, I'm Robbie Abraham. I'm the Regional Advertising Manager for the County Down Outlook, Ulster Gazette, and the Newry Democrat. We're very much focused on life is local, and we're at the heart of the community, so we're all about local news, sport and features. Obviously we're on Twitter, Facebook as well, LinkedIn. So you have a good audience, and if you've got a business there that you want to promote locally, get in touch. Thank you, Robbie Abraham.
Excellent, Robbie. Thanks very much for that. Next, we'll go to Spotlight. Esther.
Morning, everyone. Esther Ocampo IPA Group. We're based in Rough Island. We have a nice little office in our garden. The house is far too small. The shed's actually bigger than the house. But IPA Group is a digital marketing agency, and we specialise in building websites. Like Barbara said, we just built hers. We built the one for the network here as well. And we helped Barbara last night with her summit, and raging success, I have to say. I'm blowing my own trumpet. But yeah, all your digital marketing needs in one place. So website, social media, marketing and training, AR, VR, SEO, lots of, oh yes, Turan said he was going to be live, so, and recorded. So I had to make an effort this morning. Yes, so lots of things that we can do to help you, and lots of ways that we can get your business seen online and get you seen by other people. A lot of people had said before lockdown and over the last number of years, oh sure, I don't need a website, people just come walking in through the door. And now that they can't come walking in through the door as easily, then they need a website. So come to, we give you a free consultation and a few tips just to get you started on what you already have and what you're already using, and then we can go from there. So my details are in the chat, and I also put in my LinkedIn. You can connect with me there as well.
Perfect, perfect, and wonderfully showing that the world is a smaller place these days by that. Yeah, Q thumb. Yeah, that's it.
Q globe.
Does it light up or does it spin?
It does. It lights up.
How about have a bit of ambient light next time around for that one? Right, who have we got next? I went slightly out of order there. We'll go with pause. Who's going to be next? Graeme. Everybody has to have their finger right on that mute button because nobody knows.
I know, and it's not the usual mute button, it's in a different place, it suddenly moves. So I'm Graeme Weir, I represent Federation of Small Businesses. We're a non-profit making member-owned business owners organisation. Our members range from, lots of members of the group, from one-person businesses like myself, up to those with 250 employees. We also have lots of charities and social enterprises. I had actually a very interesting conversation yesterday morning. A Belfast-based charity rang me yesterday morning to thank me for our service. We're currently handling a very serious employment dispute for them. We're specialists in employment law and we take all the risks away. So they've had a problem with a member of staff. It's going to end up in an employment tribunal. This person and their union are determined to go all the way. We will win that and we will pay all the bills. Should we lose, we'll also pay the compensation bill. That's highly unlikely because we do everything right. Help's free 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we advise on everything. We advise on all the legal issues, we advise on tax, and it's all free within the membership fee. Aaron, I think it was Aaron mentioned cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is such a big issue now, and please, if you don't have cyber protection in place, go on and have a look at what Aaron does. One of the things that we included in our membership from last year was cyber insurance. So if there is a cyber event, members are insured to help recovery. They're also insured for third-party damage. So if you cause damage to somebody else's systems, there's insurance cover in place to help you with that. The other big area of protection that we offer, which attracts particularly lots of very small businesses, is tax protection. We have a big team of tax inspectors. And if anyone comes under tax investigation, we'll handle it. And we do that free. And we have the best people in the business. And that's what we do. It's all for the members. We've no profit agenda, we don't make money, but we have 170,000 members, so we have tremendous strength. Anyone who's not a member just has to have a chat with me. There's no sales pitch. So that's Graeme Weir, Federation of Small Businesses. Thank you.
Lots of great services there. And again, when you say damage, it doesn't just mean physical damage. I take it with cybersecurity, it can be reputational damage as well in some ways.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've PR recovery insurance in place as well. What we don't do is pay if somebody empties your bank account. We don't replace the money out of your bank account, but it's the damage to systems, the damage to reputation.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks for that, Graeme. Next, we'll move along to here's some people chatting in the background. Can everybody mute if they're not on Spotlight? Keep your fingers on that Spotlight because we're going to go to John McKenna.
Just as I was about to mute, just the mute. Yeah. All right, hey, morning everybody. Most of you guys have seen me before for the newbies. John McKenna from JMK Consulting. It's about finding new customers and the right type of customers. I'm a markets person, a customer person, so I'm really here today just to find out what's happening to all you guys and what's up, what's down, particularly if there's anything new. Loved your thing yesterday, Barbara, in terms what fate of what's ahead or dealing with what's behind. Great explanation of what you actually do, term, as we said before. Very, very succinct. It's worth watching it. I recommend anybody. So today I'm not actually here to plug my own services at all. My number's there. Feel free to reach out if anybody wants to speak to me about trying to get more customers. But I wanted to do a small pitch for a little walk we're doing next week. Starts in Lurgan and goes to County Mayo. So anybody who likes walking, you're free to join us, but you don't have to join us for it all. It starts in Lurgan, as I say. We go through Portadown, Rich Hill, and end up in Armagh. And it's for a charity called Mary's Meals. So it's trying to feed children in schools. And at the moment, that's it's tough for people here, but it's really tough over there. As you can imagine, all sorts of funding are down. So we're really keen to get people out. Outside is one of the safest places to be these days. We are distancing. We will have a cup of tea at the end, in fact 3 cups of tea during it. We really want to mobilise people to try and any way we can get you involved. £1 feeds a child for 3 weeks, £15.90 feeds a child in these developing countries through their schools, so they get their education too for a whole year. So anybody that would like to join us, even for part of that walk, we walk along the cycle path from Lurgan to Portadown, and then we call into a lovely place in Micheal called Fruitfield along the main road. Excellent tea and sandwiches. May do it outdoor this year, depending on the weather. But really want to do that this year, this week. It's next Thursday. And next Thursday, we actually walk from Moy into Armagh as well, if you happen to be in that direction. Welcome to join us. My contact numbers are there. I'll put up a Facebook page. You can register through that. But we'd really love to see any of you guys come and join us for a day, half a day, a couple of hours. Nice to hear from you.
Good stuff, John. And I was just about to say that, but you finished off by saying that. Just put the links to the Mary's Meals Facebook or website or whatever, and make sure people can sign up easily.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Okay, who next? I see Oonagh on no video. Are you there, Oonagh?
Yeah, I'm here. I'll be brave. Second.
There we go. Where's the?
Hey, everybody.
Why can I not spotlight? Is it because you weren't there? You didn't have a video. There you go. You're on the big screen.
Yeah.
Tell us all about yourself and all your many businesses.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Rayoo Photography. That's probably what you know me best for. I work on Rayoo Photography with my business partner, Raymond Evans, and we specialise in architecture and interior design, sort of commercial photography, and some products and business photography as well. So that's been busy. We have a few deadlines coming up for getting things back to businesses and stuff, so that's good. And we're also working on a collaboration here with Mavash and Mark too currently. Then as well as that, I have the art side of things, which has been going really well. I've actually got a whole piece in a paper, can't believe it, in an art paper, just all about myself, which is weird, and trying to overcome my shyness on video here and that too. So I'll put links in the comments to the new website for Rayoo Photography and to my art website as well. It's a work in progress, so if anybody's interested in what's going on with that, they can subscribe and eventually find out once I know what's happening as well. So really excited that we've got the new studio open as well, or just about to open, and so that's more for the art side of the photography and the art side of things as well. And then should also mention my dating agency business as well, Diamond Dates, and it's obviously really busy at the minute because people can't meet any other way. There are no discos or clubs at the minute, so but really it's operating all over Northern Ireland, Donegal and even Drogheda down to Dublin as well. I've got some customers, so if anybody can, I've got these little leaflets, and if anybody can think of anywhere they can go so that people could pick them up, or if they've got any single people or anything, let me know, because I've got plenty of single people waiting to be matched, and it would be great to get the word out differently. I'm already in papers and things, and I need to get in front of people who aren't reading the papers and sort of thing. So yeah, any help would be really appreciated. So I think that's it. I'm really nervous about being recorded, so
you're doing great. Speaking clear, fine, super stuff.
Okay. Is it over now?
It's over. It's over. Okay. We'll move on. We'll move on. We will spotlight. I see Mavash, otherwise AKA her super spy name, Hawaii.
Sorry for being late. I was on another Zoom. Yes, Mavash Interiors. I presume I'm actually introducing my business now, am I?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Tell us all about you and how we can help.
Yes. So I have been working as an interior designer on my own since 2007. Things are getting quite back to new normal at the moment. There are few orders and customers on the way, and there are some on my hand, which is great. I specialize on window dressing and also interiors, bespoke pieces that it makes the place look right for a person and workable. I think what lockdown has taught me is that commercialization of things were getting out of hand. Now things are becoming much more meaningful. Therefore, my idea of dressing a house or a home or a room has become much more substantial in a way that has always been practical, but nevertheless more practical on what makes a home, that people are happy and people can be comfortable in it. So if anybody knows of somebody that is redoing their house or they need help, please let me know and I'd be more than delighted to help them. So it's more in terms of service and helping people rather than gaining, although the result will be gaining. So that's all I can say. And I'm actually enjoying working with Oonagh very much. It's nice whenever you're working in a group for the betterment of a place.
Super, brilliant. And it's always nice to hear about collaborations within the group. And even there, you know, Graeme was giving a shout out to Aaron about his cyber essentials services as well. So this is what I love to see when people are working as teams and making the most out of networking and supporting each other. That's how we all grow and all develop. So please, again, do listen out for everyone's particular skills and see how you can help them and maybe how they can help you as well. And anybody that arrived late, just to remind you, put in the comments section your website address, your phone numbers, your contact details, any little messages you want, and I'll put that in the description section of the YouTube next to this wonderful video. Who have we got left? And Andrea Bell, let's spotlight you. There you go, on the big screen.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry I was late, but technical issues with my end. My name's Adrienne Bell. I'm a swimming specialist. I wear two hats really, but the swimming, I teach children to swim quickly and adults quickly. A lot of classes out there where the kids can go a year and a half and they're still not strong swimmers. So the difference is I teach the old way, breaststroke first in 10 weeks, excuse me, and confidence, front crawl, back crawl, and deep water work the second 10 weeks. So in two 10-week courses, you've got competent wee swimmers and safe, and that's what a lot of parents are looking for. Adults, it's 4 1-hour lessons from petrified. I'm sort of looking at the honeymoon couples now that a lot of people are doing staycations or the wedding's been postponed to next year. So I have a Facebook page. If you would all go on to that and like that, share. If you don't have any wee ones yourselves, you may know someone in your network who is looking for lessons, and year and a half, 2 years trek to learn to swim is quite a lot of time, never name money. The other business I have, it's called Success for You, where I help people set up their own business from home through an epigenetic nutritional company. It's an American company, but again, the difference with that is that our products works right down in the cellular level, so it heals from the inside. If people have like psoriasis or eczema, they put cream on the top. Our products work from the inside out with everybody, and with this coronavirus, we're talking about building up your immune system, and that's what our products do. So I'll put the links on here. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm just trying to get used to that, but I have a Facebook page, as I say, the swimming one. If you go on that and share and sort of educate people about the the benefits of swimming and saving lives, basically. So, Adrienne Bell, thank you very much.
And again, especially these days with all the setbacks in gyms and swimming pools and stuff, it's more important if someone wants to learn these skills that you're out there to help them. So
yeah, I haven't actually started back yet. It's a private pool, so we announced last Thursday, I think it was. So I normally have a wee swim camp over the summer where they come twice a day for a week. So that's the 10 lessons done and dusted, basically. And I had hoped to have a couple of weeks done by now, but I say I'm just waiting to hear when I get back again. And I miss the kiddies. Haven't had any of the kiddies from March, so love kids. So yeah, thank you very much, Turan.
And I'm going to let Michael just make one big talk when it comes to yourself, Michael. So when I say last, and I say last but not least, I keep saying last but not least, I'm going to introduce Andrea from the SRC, but somebody remind me to do my pitch as well. Spotlight, there you go. Andrea.
Good morning, guys. As said, I'm from SRC, Business Development Executive. We're here to help businesses upskill through training. And as Margaret has said, at the moment, there is lots of fully funded training for small to medium businesses. The link's in the comments there. If anything interests you, give us a call. And if there's anything there not there that you would like, give us a call also. We can arrange training that's not listed. I think Margaret said everything.
Good stuff. Teamwork there. Teamwork. Thanks very much for that. Right, I'll spotlight myself. Well, before I usually end up forgetting about me and doing myself after the speaker talk. So let's get me out of the way. And my background's not even on today, but it's Feel Good Hypnosis. There you go. Get the logo in there somewhere. Feel Good Hypnosis. I'm a hypnotist, helping people with anxieties, fears, phobias, stresses, working with sports people, business people, just giving people the confidence to know that they have the resources inside them to overcome their issues. I work with, and again, we're talking about menopause as well this morning there with Barbara. Despite being a man, I do help people with females, mainly, with menopause issues, and male and female with all sorts of sexual dysfunction issues. So that's one of those sort of niche things, which is, again, similar to menopause, never talked about much, but if you know someone, that a friend, whatever, that's has some issues in their life, then please pass them my way. A lot of this stuff is all in the mind. The talk was great last night from Barbara on menopause. It's very much about mental attitude as well, and the mind is a powerful thing for controlling so much. So that's me, Turan Mirza, Feel Good Hypnosis. And now, without further ado, we will move on to the wonderful speaker, Michael. Let me spotlight you. There you go. You've got the stage for as long as it takes to tell us all about headlines and tell us about yourself as well.
Yes, no problem. So my name is Micheal Scott. I'm the editor of the Ulster Gazette. I look a bit like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Very white. What that's all about. But yes, I've been the editor of the Ulster Gazette for the past year. I started out, to tell you, just give a bit of background to me, where I started off. I went to school at Banbridge Academy and I was doing my A-levels, and I was doing Spanish, French and geography and didn't really know where it was going to take me. So I decided I was going to take up journalism. It was what was then the Upper Bann Institute, now SRC, of course. Did 2 years of media studies and then did a year of journalism. Which was great because it was your writing placement half the week and you were learning the theory the other half of the week, and it was brilliant. It was a real insight into how the whole journalism industry worked, and I loved it, thoroughly loved it, and managed to get a job then at the Banbridge Leader, where I was the sports editor. I was there for about 8 years before moving on to the Tyrone Courier, where I became the deputy editor down in Dungannon. Then about 4 years ago now, I became the editor of the New Democrat, where Robbie is today. And then last year, as I say, I was appointed editor of the Ulster Gazette, which is basically now my hometown paper because I live in Tandragee and the Gazette is in Armagh, so Tandragee is part of our patch. So that was a big honour for me to be asked to take on that role. The beauty of our paper is that all of our staff are from our catchment area, our patch, as we like to call it. Unlike our main competitors, a lot of their staff wouldn't come from the area, and that gives us a big advantage because we know the people, we know the issues that people want to talk about and want to read about, and they trust us as well because we've been in their homes now. The Ulster Gazette's been going for 175 years, so people have built up that trust over a long period of time, and that's a big thing. I was reading a thing last night, actually, and I was preparing for this, that local papers are trusted more than all national papers on print, online publications, with the exception of the Financial Times, which means, if you're advertising with us, that our trust gives you that extra bit of weight, I think, in terms of promoting your own business. So as I say, yes, we've been around for 175 years. We celebrated our 175th anniversary last year. So as I said, over that time we've built up a hell of a lot of trust, and hopefully we'll be around for a long time to come too. So yes, I think Turan has basically explained that I would be talking about headlines and what makes a good headline. And really, to get a good headline, you need an interesting story. So there's a lot of stories we cover that you need to play it with a straight bat whenever it comes to a headline. Things like court stories, obituaries. Obituaries are still a big thing for us, but you have to be sort of sensitive of those as well. You can't go around having fun with headlines whenever it comes to that. There are exceptions, of course, to every rule. I mean, I remember whenever I was covering a court case at the Tyrone Courier, we discovered it was basically this woman had stolen a Mars bar, which cost about 79p or something like that, and the court case ran into thousands of pounds because they were prosecuting this person and the whole how it went along. So we just went with the fact that, I can't remember what the actual cost was in the end, but it was basically the front page headline was X thousand of pound spent on 79p Mars bar case. And our sales that week went through the roof because it was just the stark fact of what had happened. I think that case actually been pushed because she was a serial offender, but it just goes to show you, that those stark facts do give you a good headline. Last week in the Gazette as well, we had a headline about an increase in speeding in the Middletown area, and we just present the fact as it was, 1,500% increase in speeding in the Middletown area. The number had increased by that much. So big figures like that tend to hit people in the eyes, between the eyes, sorry. And I suppose our front page is a bit like a poster. We have to sell ourselves on the front page. We have to grab people's attention, and it's particularly now more than ever in the current climate. So we use the likes of our headlines, our pictures, noting what else is inside the paper, even naming towns. We'll make a big effort to do that there, so people know that there's something for their area within that week's edition. Another way we get our headlines as well sometimes is direct quotes from stories. Often that's done as like if they're paying tribute to someone, or if there's something more serious, it's something really good that somebody has said in that piece can make a good headline. Sometimes, as I say, we get that, if somebody has maybe lost their life in an accident, say somebody's paid tribute to them, and it's sad to say it, but tragedies do sell papers, and don't get the impression, please don't get the impression that we rub our hands with glee every time there's a fatal road accident or something like that. That's not the case at all. In fact, it's actually the most hateful part of the job, to be honest, going out and having to speak to people who have lost somebody who's been bereaved. We're in that case, what we try to do is we try and speak to intermediaries, the likes of members of the clergy, local politicians who might have known that person, and see if the person will be willing to talk. I know there's a lot of other papers, other publications don't follow that practice. They will try and directly contact somebody, which I don't think is very nice. At the end of the day, that person's got a lot on their plate, and they're missing someone. So I remember recently I was actually contacted by the brother-in-law of a man who had died from coronavirus, and everything he said was great quotes. But I came away from that story just feeling so drained because he had given so much, and he had just felt so sad for that man and what he had lost. So sometimes using quotes from what he has said gives you that headline. It personalizes the story and gives readers an insight into who that person who has passed away or whatever, and who that person was. The other thing we do as well, of course, newspapers are famous for this, is puns, which is a bit of the fun side of journalism. And every story, you can make a pun out of anything, really. You're sort of trained and you get tuned into that sort of mind, but it's using it sensibly and using it wisely. We aren't tabloids. We aren't tabloid like the Sun. We have to be sensitive, and we have to address what our readers expect of their local newspaper. One of the famous examples, which was in the Ulster Gazette there a few years ago, in fact, you can go and Google about it if you want. It was our deputy editor, Richard Burden, had come up with this headline, and he's very talented whenever it comes to this sort of thing. Richard's great at this sort of pun. So the story was in relation to plans for a new train station in Armagh, but the whole thing had stalled over the cost. I think it was £100 million. The headline was, and just in big writing, as I said, facts, big stark facts hit the headline, or make a headline. Over £100 million was in big print, and then below it, Richard, who is a massive Queen fan, had come up with this quote. Is this the real price? Is this just fantasy? Caught up in land buys, no escape from bureaucracy. And that actually went and won awards, and it made the BBC News. Just not the story itself, our headline made the BBC News. So things like that there really do help sell our paper. So what makes a good headline? In conclusion, really, so it has to sell the story. It has to sell our paper as well. It has to be punchy as well. Long-winded headlines often give away the full story, and that can put people off because we want to grab their attention, get them to pick up the paper, take it home with them, and read it, rather than sort of you can look at the front page headline and go, oh, that's about them, right? Dead on. And most importantly of all, it has to be accurate because obviously there's so many legal issues that you could go wrong. Let's say if we were to get something in the headline incorrect, the rest of the story could be fine, but if the headline's wrong, we're still in trouble. So we have to be accurate as well. That's really all I have to say. I hope that gives you a bit of an insight to what I do, although as Robbie will tell you, there's much more to it than that. Actually, maybe don't ask Robbie anything about what I do. I'll just close by stressing how important local newspapers still are in the community and how much of an important role they have to play. Particularly at this time, because a lot of people are still housebound. I know Sheedan's coming to an end tomorrow, but a lot of people still have been in that sort of position where they haven't gone out of the house, and they've relied on local newspapers to give them a window into what's happening outside, particularly in their own area. There's still a big audience for local newspapers, particularly in Northern Ireland. Maybe not so much in the mainland, but certainly over here, because we are so parochial, local newspapers still play a vital part of the community. Plus, as well as that, we're developing our online audience all the time now. We have our website, which is going really well. I think actually whenever the coronavirus outbreak started, our web figures jumped by, about 5 or 6 times. It was incredible. It was a massive, massive jump. So yeah, keep supporting us. As Robbie would tell you, keep buying a local newspaper. Life is local. And some of our columnists as well are really, really good. So it's worth picking up a paper to read them. That's all I have to say, Turan, I think. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
There you go.
Thanks very much. I'll open the floor to questions. If anybody has any questions about the newspaper, about headlines and whatever, I'll start off with the first question. Just in terms of, obviously, you're talking about headlines for the front page and for articles and stuff. Any tips on if we're firing an ad to yourselves, catchy headlines for adverts? Have you got any advice on that?
In terms of adverts, well, what usually happens is Robbie will approach me with the ad and he'll say, the client needs editorial, can you come up with it? So I'll speak to the client, get the details about what they want to say in their editorial. Sometimes the client will have something in mind already they've written, so that which is better from my point of view. But because sometimes it's better, you know, the client knows what they want to talk about, they know what they want to sell. We can give them that advice in terms of.
But again, you're talking about puns and things. Is are you better being serious with an ad, or is puns a good idea in an advert? Any thoughts on?
Puns, yeah, puns can grab people's attention. Yeah, I mean, if you're happy enough to have a pun in your head, I mean, we will work with the client to sort of work out how they want to play it. I mean, certain products you can't, as I say, have that sort of pun. For example, if you're a funeral director, you maybe don't want to have a pun, but you know, if you were, say, like a tour operator, you might want to say, you know, get lost with a new holiday this year, or something like that. There, I don't know. You sort of work away at it. But yeah, we'll communicate with the client, and we'll work together to try and come up with something that will grab readers' attention.
Excellent, excellent. Any other questions for Michael? Anyone? I think you've just done too good a job there, Michael.
Yeah, I put one there in the chat, and I see another one coming after. What can businesses submit to the paper, Michael? Is it anything like, and I think what Barbara put sort of comes into line with that. If we submit something, do we also have to take out an ad, or can it just be a good news story? Or
we judge that basically on a case by case basis. If it's something that is blatantly promoting the business, then yes, we will, in all likelihood, probably go and ask for an advert. If it's a good news story in terms of, say, you're expanding your business and you've maybe creating new jobs or something like that there, for example, or it's a product that's going to change the world or something, I don't know. Again, as I say, it's a case by case basis. Then we will run it just as a news story, and you know, we're very keen to promote local businesses where we can. Yeah. So if anybody has any anything they would like to share, you know, the Alpha Group that we're part of, we have papers up and down the country. You know, we can certainly point in the right direction in terms of trying to get you that promotion.
Good stuff. Anyone else with any other questions? If not, so like, no, thanks, Michael. Thanks very much. That was very informative, very good, and great to hear you speaking today. What we'll do next is move on to the breakout rooms. And I should have really practiced this again. I'm going to go with automatic. There's 14 participants, so we'll go with 7 rooms. Is everyone joined us again? I think that's it. Barbara had to leave, and Robbie's putting in the chat that Michael's battery died. So we've lost Michael as well. But thanks very much, Michael. Just on finishing off here. We'll leave it there today, if only because I can't figure out how to use the breakout rooms anymore. So, where's my technical expert, Esther, to keep me right?
You didn't hire me, Turan.
Very expensive.
But worth it. Worth it.
Worth it.
There you go. Worth everything. Listen, guys, thanks very much for coming. Steve, you had a question that I'll fire off again about the Game of Thrones.
Sorry, does anybody have any details of the new Game of Thrones experience that's due to open near Banbridge later this year?
No, but that would be cool. It should be down there at the DPD office, right, where they filmed it.
It's in the Linen Mill Studios, just the other side of Banbridge.
Yeah, at the Corbett there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything more about it, but possibly on the Banbridge Area News Facebook page, they would have information there about it.
What I understand is that obviously with the coronavirus, it's been paused. My understanding as well was what they were going to do was have a car park area up at the outlet, and then bus people to the site for the tours. But I think it's all just stalled and paused. But it used to be you could if you were into canoeing, you could just pop in the van and paddle down past it and see the set on the bridge. My daughter and son-in-law did that, and they were able to see quite a bit of it and pulled into the side until the security guards chased them. And I think there was filming at the time, or not, you know, they were in the process of filming at round about that time. So
my understanding is that there will be a park and ride, and you might well be right to be near the outlet. It's a park and ride where buses or individuals will go, and they will be then able to get on buses to go to the experience. But I also understand that it has been delayed, but it is still very much a live project and will go ahead. But I just think it's going to be such a big attraction. If the one in England for Harry Potter is anything to go by, it's going to be upwards of 1 million people a year it will bring to Ireland, Northern Ireland.
Well, fingers crossed that comes alive. Again, one of the benefits of joining as a member is you've got a WhatsApp group where you can fire questions throughout the month. We do, like I say, just meet once a month together.
What's the WhatsApp group called, sorry?
The WhatsApp group. Well, if you join as a member of the ABC Business Network, you can contact myself or Alan as the treasurer, and we'll tell you all about how to join and all the benefits of doing so. So I'd love to see you joining as well. As with Nicole and everyone else that's joined us today, it's not a member. So we'll call it there. Thanks very much. Yes.
Turan, sorry, can I just ask if John McKenna's still there? He was talking about his walk. I wanted to know where the County Mayo connection was. Is he walking to Mayo?
Yes, all the way. And Turan's kindly volunteered to join us. All right. We are. Margaret, I'll pick up with you afterwards. There's an old tradition of walking there for the 15th of August and a day's walk from Armagh every day. But we're going a little bit easier. We're going in parts as well if people want to join us just for half a day or a few hours.
I'm hoping to be in sunny Killarney on the 15th of August.
But you can join us beforehand. Or that the Lurgan to Portadown route is along the cycle path, along past the lakes on this week. It's
I might do that with you. Yeah.
A couple of hours, yeah. I've connected with you there if Margaret, if you want to talk to me afterwards.
And please do, like I said, I mean, your reminders there. Please do connect with each other on LinkedIn, on Facebook, as Adrienne said, you know, like the Facebook pages and all the rest of it. Give everybody your support, and share everybody's posts from time to time. It helps, again, ranking on LinkedIn, ranking on Facebook, and gets the word out there. Especially, again, as John is great to do today. Anybody doing any charity work or anything at all, let's support each other, and that's how we all get the word about our businesses out and help each other grow.
Turan, can I just one last squeeze of a pitch?
Yeah,
that's a lovely walk. 8:30 this day week, at the edge of Lurgan, and we walk into Portadown Centre along the cycle path. It's a super walk. It's a better cause than ever this year. So anybody else out there that's interested, Margaret, I'm going to pick up with you.
When is it?
This day week. Next Thursday.
Next Thursday at
8:30.
8:30. Okay.
So my details are on the WhatsApp or they're above here. Please give me a call, and would love to have anybody join us even for a couple of hours.
And the good news is, like I said, I'm going to put this up. Hopefully, I'll get this video up on YouTube before this time next week. Hopefully a few more people see the video, and if they're watching the video and it's past that date, then it's on every year, so you can still connect with John and find out about any year in particular.
Good man.
We have to do that for the longevity of these videos, don't we?
Yeah.
On that note, going once, going twice, anybody else want to say anything else before we go? Listen, great to see us all. Look forward to seeing you all next month with more people. Please do tell people about the network. Please do join, and don't forget, buy that paper.
Thanks very much, Sean.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Cheerio.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.